Call Jami-Lee Ross.
The question be now put.
No, I'll hear from Jan Logie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm pleased to take a short call on the title and the commencement of this bill, the Support for Children in Hardship Bill. And I would like to reinforce initially, before going on to make other points, but the point made by Labour Party Sue Moroney about how sad it is to see the concept and the acceptance of so many of our children living in hardship being put into the statute books. That is not the Green Party's vision for New Zealand. Our vision is for a country where all of our children are able to thrive. And that doesn't include living in hardship, because we know that when a child is living in hardship, is living in poverty, that their lifetime opportunities are being taken away from them. That it impacts, childhood poverty impacts on your ability to learn and your health and your ability to succeed in life for the rest of your life. And to accept that and put it into our statute books it's a sad thing, and it is a sad day to be doing that. I would like to also just focus on the fact that this is suggesting that there's a support for children. And just bringing back to some of the submissions that were made on this bill, and noting UNICEF's contribution, that they noted that they felt that we've been so focused on work that we've lost sight of children. And to me, that speaks a truth that is quite reflected in this bill. And it might be better named Support for Parents into Further Work bill, because that does seem to be the main thrust of this bill, is again removing parents' choice in the way to parent and putting more people into the job market, even though we have still very entrenched and I think unacceptably high levels of unemployment, and over 100,000 people who are in part-time employment still looking for more hours. And this is just flooding the market with another group of people who we know we don't have enough jobs to go around. So it does seem to even be a better named, stick of ideology bill. And I note also in the UNICEF submission where they talked about the fact that children say that they want parents around and that they want them to stop being angry. And that children in this country are really affected by the stress that their parents are experiencing. And that is parents in work and parents out of work. And I was at and if we were focused on children and supporting children, then actually we would be looking right across the policy levers to improve that situation. I was at the launch of the living wage in Porirua recently, where there was a young man who got up and spoke, and he talked about running away from home at the age of 6 to go down to the local shops to ask for a job, because he was so upset and feeling so bad for his parents who were working so hard and were struggling so much and were so stressed that he just wanted to be able to help them out. And that's unnecessary and unacceptable. To quote the words of the great Russell Norman, governments can't mend a broken heart, but they can put food in a kid's belly, and they should. And that if we were looking at supporting our children in this country, that's what we'd be focusing on. We'd be focusing on making sure that all of our children had enough food, that they all had a stable roof over their head, something that is increasingly unlikely for so many of these children. We would make sure that they were able to attend sports activities or cultural groups, that they could get to different places to visit different people and experience different things, that they would have warm enough clothing in winter, that they would have shoes on their feet when it's raining and raincoats. Things that when I grew up in Invercargill in a family that and with lots of friends who were working class families, that was just completely taken for granted.